Hey guys, and welcome to another Clabbers video, where once again I'll be playing a Scrabble variant where anything that anagrams to a valid word is valid. So I can play things like WROD, since that anagrams to word. And things are going to get very crazy very quickly. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So here, HastyBot opens with ALNOT, which anagrams to various things such as Talon. And we've got decent rack. We need an E for Gynecia, but unfortunately we didn't get one. I don't believe there are any bingos available here. We could just play something through this, I imagine. I guess we have Claytonia. If we play off C, what would we have to play off? ACIY. So it keeps G and O, which isn't amazing, but it's not terrible. I guess I would probably want to put a Y here, because that's the toughest to work with. Maybe like this? Could be reasonable. It is 42 points. That's probably significantly more than we're going to get otherwise. I guess other options, we could play yogic, maybe like this. That's 28. It also does give back a lot of overlaps, though, with this IN. I kind of like playing through the ALNOT, since that sort of forces him to bingo if he wants to score a lot, which is nice. Yeah, usually in Clabbers, you have to be wary of getting into those staircase games early, since they can turn into 70-point slugfests very quickly, which I don't think I really want to get into if I can help it. So yeah, let's go ahead and stick to my original plan, which I think was this. Yeah, this seems reasonable. Oh wow! So he plays Hydranth for 113. So much for trying to float a Y, hoping that he couldn't really use it. Of course, hard hats through this A would have scored over 100 as well. Unfortunately, I've picked up the Q, and I don't really have much I can do with it. I'd probably just have to drop it for 21. Yeah, I don't really see anything else here, unfortunately. That's worth considering. I guess I have choice between QI and IQ. Does it really matter? I think IQ is actually slightly better, since I want to encourage plays to go upward to keep it open for a comeback. If I play this, then it leaves the T open for vertical plays there more easily. I don't think it really matters too much, but I'll go ahead and play this. Okay. Unfortunately, I blocked Venoming through that I. So I don't think I'm going to have any bingos here. He played Vitae. I don't have much through this O. Maybe Govern. Yeah, probably just Govern to this R. I don't see how I'm going to be able to score much more. There's no way to make a 6-tile play here, of course, because you can't make a 2 with the V. So yeah, probably just something like this. I guess I'll put the G there. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so he plays Ixnay for a lot. We should be bingoing here. We have Foils Man through that O, which will score well. That'll be 102. Can't imagine we'll do better. There's also Fieldsman to this ED, making IQS, which is cool, but definitely not as many points as Foilsman. So that's got to be the play. And it's just a matter of how we want to structure it. I don't think it makes too big a difference. We're still going to be at a slight deficit, so I probably do want to keep some volatility. So let's float the S. Let's float it up here to try to encourage more opening. And I don't think it really matters too much. So if I want to put the... Yeah, this seems fine, because the F and the M are the worst bingo tiles. If I want to be a little bit aggressive, which I think I still do. Yeah, I think this is reasonable. Okay, so good news is he doesn't score too much. Bad news is terrible draw for us. These are some of the worst racks in Clabbers since you can't really score anything. Do we have maybe... No, we don't have any plays through this QIS because, again, we can't parallel the V. That V is very, very annoying. Maybe through this AN, like Quinellas? How about Quinellas? So we need to play off UILE. That's not bad, actually. So I could play like this. That's 28. Keeps EEN. I'm probably not going to score more than 28 with this rack. I can't imagine it. I mean, I have probably some overlaps here. Like, I could play Lutein with something... Actually, that won't... Can I even play Lutein? Yeah, I can. I could go like this. That's 25, but it doesn't keep the N. So Quinellas is certainly better than that. Yeah, maybe that's best. I'm not seeing anything better, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so he does get down draw bars, it looks like, for 101. So we're back to being down 100, which is not ideal. And what can we do? I feel like we should be able to score pretty well with this Z. I'm glad to see he put an S in the AAA, and that'll help us hopefully come back later on. I guess we have Zloty down here. Right, I have this. That's 63. MENK is not amazing, but if I can pull a bingo, it should score really well. It's also a Val-heavy pull, which is nice. So that's not bad. It's actually going to be pretty hard to imagine doing better. I guess I could play like Zonks or something. 56. Or Zonk over here. 58. Yeah, I don't think I need to panic too much. So this puts me down, what, 50 after this? Yeah, if he has a bad draw and I get a good draw, I don't think I need to panic too much. I think this is fine. I almost have Mazirion. That's too bad. That would be really sweet if this K were an E. Do I have anything to this R? Don't believe I do. So yeah, probably just Zloty here is okay. I'm going to go ahead and play that. Okay, so he unfortunately bingos again with Godius, and I have Brakemen, but this A is not usable because I can't overlap the C. So not good here, guys. Definitely not good. Do I have anything to this D, or through this D and this A? I don't think so. I definitely need to score. So maybe just something with Elk? It's only going to be like 40, unfortunately. I need more than that if I'm going to come back. I'm going to probably have to draw a triple-triple or something. Yeah, I just don't see a way to score points here. Other than something like Burke. I mean, MEN is a good leave. Yeah, this is probably, I mean, it's 45 at least. So that keeps me within 100. I mean, I'm going to need a miracle here to come back, probably. But I think it's my best shot. Not seeing any bingos or really any way to score more points than this. So yeah, let's do that, and hopefully we can pick up a bingo since we really need it. Oh boy. Okay, we pick up, instead of a bingo, 3 N's. So an absolute nightmare of a draw. And I probably have to just play unpen. I mean, it scores, and I need to get rid of 2 N's. So I have Spice over here, Biont, Earn. Yeah, I guess just this. I'd love to put another N there. But I don't think... Yeah, Punman. That's no good. I think this is the best I can do. I mean, it's still 52 points. I'm within striking distance, sort of. If I just need to hope that he gets a terrible rack and can't score, and I get a big bingo. That's the only way I'm going to come back into this game. But you never know. Crazier things have happened. Okay, yeah, this is pretty much game. I do have remolding, though, as a 9. Through this E and this G. Oh, there's only 3 in the bag. Okay, yeah, it's going to be too little too late. Since I'm only going to get 3 tiles. So, yeah, not much left to be done here. I think I just have to sort of bingo and take my loss. So let's just do that. It doesn't really matter what order I play them in. Actually, let's just go all consonants here just so we can't overlap. But, yeah, I mean, there's not really a point to not bingoing. I'm never going to get enough points. I could go for something with prejudge, I guess. But he's up way too many points. I mean, even after this, I'm going to be down 50. He can just play off for 30 points, and he'll outrun anything I possibly get with prejudge anyway, so there's really no point in doing that. So yeah, let's go ahead and play over here. And, oh, that's a nice play by him. He plays top, bunker. And no, this is crazy, guys. Like, literally the whole game, other than part of Rejudge, is, like, on the right-hand side of the board. That's insane. Like, assuming I go out here, and I think I'll probably just go out with foes, especially for the effect of it. Like, literally 95 out of the 100 tiles. Well, I guess 92 out of 97, because 3 will still be on his rack. But, like, 92 out of the 97 tiles on the board are going to be to the right of this red line. Like, that's insane. 92% of the tiles are going to occupy, like, 55% or something like that of the board. That's actually crazy. Actually, no, I guess it's more than 55%, right? Because that's 9/15, so that's... What is that? That's 3/5. Okay, so 60%. So 93% of the tiles are going to occupy 60% of the board. That's actually nuts. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that in a Clabbers game. But, okay, so... Yeah, I'm not sure what my best out is, but I really do want to keep it that way because it's a really cool optic. So let's go ahead and just play foes over here and go out that way. Yeah, I can probably score a couple more, but once again, this is just too crazy to pass up. So, okay, 576 to 513 victory for HastyBot. And that's actually a really, really low-scoring Clabbers game. Like, normally Clabbers scores are comfortably into the 600. So this is a really low-scoring game. And what a bizarre game it was. Like I said, over 90% of the tiles have been crammed in to 60% of the board, all on the right side. So just insane stuff. And I don't know, I feel like I played reasonably well, but it's hard to go a whole game of Clabbers without missing something, so let's go ahead and see what I could have done differently. So he opens here. Yeah, it looks like I made the right play here, so there's Claytonia, and I believe Acylation as well. Yep, Acylation and Claytonia are both valid, so this looks like a good play. Oh, I guess there's... I didn't think about this. There's also Coying over here. That's not bad. I mean, G and O versus A. In Clabbers, I don't mind G and O, especially since I'm floating an I. This gives back more by way of overlaps, but doesn't give back a ton, since it doesn't put vowels next to the premium squares. What's this? Oh, a toningly, I assume. I think that's good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is maybe slightly better to unload the G, but I don't mind my play here. I think it's reasonable. And, yeah, so he has this crazy play of Hydranth to the Y. Of course, there's also Hard Hats to this A. So even if I played the other option of Coying and Coltan, then this would have still stung quite a bit. But yeah, Hydranth for 113. I guess maybe did I jump the gun too much on getting rid of the Q? I honestly didn't really think about too much else. I figured I still had enough of a chance to draw into like Non-Image or Mangonel or something like that. Or Magneton. I don't know. I don't think I can really afford to hold the Q. And the Q in Clabbers is such a liability because in Clabbers you really want to be scoring like 40, 50, ideally like 60 on most turns. And when you have the Q without a U, you're just never going to be able to really do that. So I think the Q is actually, if you have it sort of cuts both ways, because the Q with a U is better in Clabbers than in regular Scrabble, since you'll have more flexibility for playing it for a big score, but I think the Q without a U is even more reliability, since the upside of not having the Q and being able to bingo or score a lot is even higher in Clabbers than regular Scrabble. So I think given I'm down, playing off the Q does make sense. Like, I score 14 more points, but keeping just a Q without anything else is pretty scary. I mean, it could go very, very badly. So I think I'm fine with my decision to get rid of the Q here. He plays this. That looks pretty good. I mean, BS is not a bad leave. I might have held on to the E just for balance. Again, Clabbers, leave is even more important because it's just so bad to have to exchange or have to score so little on a turn when the average score is so high. So sacrificing a couple points for a good leave to ensure balance usually makes sense. So I think I might have actually given up the 6 here to keep the E. Definitely not something I would do in a real game, I have to imagine, but it's at the minimum worth strongly considering here. Yeah, this govern looks fine to me. There's plenty of other ways to arrange the letters, obviously, but I think they're all comparable. Not much else to really consider. This is a nice play by him. Oh, wow, this is cool, too, Yankees. But, yeah, this looks considerably better to save the S. The X is actually a pretty good tile in Clabbers for scoring, so there is something to be said for keeping the X, but the S is also, of course, very valuable, so I think this is quite reasonable. Yeah, so this is Foilsman. Once again, this looks clearly best. I did see Fieldsman, which is a cool 9, but Foilsman clearly the best play. And yeah, wow, interesting draw for the bot. He picks up WWSS blank. Not something you see every day. But yeah, this looks fine. So he's playing Sundew through that N, keeping BSW blank. Seems reasonable. Okay, this looks like a good play by me. I'm glad I found this. Oh, I didn't actually see Elut. I only saw Lutein, but I think for 5 more points, I like this better. It also keeps open these bingo lines, which I'm still going to be down a bit and fighting to bingo, so I think that's reasonable. Yeah, this one really hurts. So he has drawbars. He also has warbirds available. But yeah, he's definitely correct to play here as opposed to playing up here, since this will give back a lot more floaters. Although, actually, is he? Because in regular Scrabble, I think he'd be better off playing here for sure, because then the floaters are more restricted. Right, because then I'd have to sort of play to these tiles, whereas if he bingos up here, then I can play through them more easily. But in Clabbers, it actually doesn't matter, right? Because I can order the tiles differently. So I take that back. In Clabbers, I think I would have played here, since I'm taking a lead to obstruct this this S and this I, since I'm not worried about the bottom, since I can't overlap the V. So yeah, I think actually in regular Scrabble, it maybe makes more sense to play down from the A, but I think in Clabbers he actually should have played here. So a little bit counterintuitive, but okay. So he plays here, and yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have a great way of scoring. I think Zloty here looks like a good play. Scores the most. EMKN, not the best lead for bingoing, but the good thing is it's good for scoring. So if I do draw into a bingo, which I'll need to do, then hopefully I'll be able to score like 100 points or even more. So yeah, this looks quite reasonable. He bingos again with Godiest, and let's see, I missed, I think Informals is good too, or is it just Formalins? Oh no, it's just Formalins, okay. Yeah, so I missed this. That's 1 more point than Burke, I guess. There's probably no reason not to take the extra point, right? It also gives me another line for 7s with this K. Burke does give me another floating R, which is nice, but I already have 2 floating R's, so that doesn't add a ton of value. So I'm probably getting more value out of this line here. Of course, the problem is it also gives back a huge scoring spot, right? Because Breeks is good. If he has an A, he's got Bakers. I's got Bikers. Yeah, actually, I don't want him. I want to encourage him not to go there, because I want this G to stay open, and this is going to encourage him to play there, and he'll be up 150 or something, and pretty much end the game. So actually, you know what? I think Burke is better. Just because, especially against HastyBot, I don't want to induce him to play there, because that takes away my best path into the game. So I think RABK is a good play. He makes a nice overlap here of ciliate, making ices, obit, and like. Yeah, not much else for me to look at here. I obviously hate to block the G, but I really don't have a lot of other options. I need to score. I guess Newman is also there instead of unpen, but I like MN a little bit better than NP, especially with all the E's and A's unseen for man or man words. It's just a little bit more synergy, so I think this is fine. Of course, I'm happy to float the E since that'll work very well with my rack. Yeah, he gets down read judge. Oh, Jaggeder is really nice. I think I wish he did that, because then literally the whole game would have been on the right side of the board. That's actually a shame that he didn't play Jaggeder. That would have been so cool, and it's probably a better play for him just because of how little it gives back compared to read judge at this score. In fact, it's almost certainly a better play. But yeah, that's too bad. I really wish he played Jaggeder, but he plays read judge, and I do get down remolding at least to save face a little bit. He plays top, and then, oh, that's actually is my best out. Go figure. So yeah, 576 to 513. Once again, very low-scoring game for Clabbers, but really, really cool game. I mean, honestly, I'm really happy with how I played. I don't think there were any significant mistakes, and not really even any minor mistakes that I'm aware of. I think I just, unfortunately, didn't really get good bingo tiles enough turns, and he kept scoring. His bingos all scored like 100. Hydrant, draw bars, they were all like 100, if not more. And yeah, I just had a lot of racks with vowels and then the Q that I couldn't really work with. But yeah, well played to the bot. Fun game, and yeah, crazy stuff again. Like almost all of the tiles were on the right hand side of the board, so just insane. And hope you guys enjoyed watching that. If you're enjoying the Clabbers, definitely let me know, and I'll be sure to keep doing more of them, since I certainly enjoy playing this variant and recording it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all again soon. Bye bye.